Lightworker of Gaia, your face is here because your ancestral mission has reached a moment that cannot be delayed. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy. Your original blueprint is stirring, and the first light within you is calling you back to purposeful action. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your ancestral mission and anchor your Lightworker purpose on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. This message did not find you by accident. The Keepers of Vega placed it before you because your soul remembers the responsibility carried by the first humanoid light. This isn't content, it's an ancestral code transmission. Something deep within you recognizes its origin. The emergency is not fear, it is the time-sensitive awakening of your cosmic lineage. Remain present, receive the remembrance, and listen for the instruction your soul already knows. Like this transmission to send a signal to the Lyran Council, I am ready to serve. Subscribe if you feel the call of your ancestral mission and are ready to fulfill your purpose on Gaia. You are awakening because your mission has begun. Then, do not close this moment. The Council has released the next instruction because recognition without movement becomes another form of delay. Lightworker, if something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the Elders have prepared your next step. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the Elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive, not as information but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Remain present. Do not reach for distraction to soften what you are feeling. The pressure in your awareness is not punishment. It is the contact between your old identity and the assignment your soul accepted before entering this world. Like a seed breaking through soil, something within you is pressing against the structure that once protected you. The Higher Council of Vega has reviewed the conditions surrounding Gaia, and the conclusion is precise. Too many capable beings are still negotiating with the version of themselves that was designed to remain hidden. This is why the Council convened. The planetary field is experiencing an increase in fear, fragmentation, and manufactured urgency. Human attention is being pulled in every direction, while the deeper questions are being buried beneath noise. People are being trained to react before they can discern, to consume before they can create, and to doubt their inner authority before they can use it. In such a climate, Lightworkers cannot remain passive observers of their own awakening. The window now opening is not a promise that everything will become easy. It is an opportunity for those who have already completed enough inner preparation to become useful in visible ways. The Elders do not measure readiness by the absence of fear. They measure it by the ability to act without allowing fear to become the highest authority in the field. Your presence here has been detected as a response, not an accident. You did not need to understand every reason that brought you to this transmission. You only needed to remain long enough for the correction to reach the place where your resistance has been stored. The guidance withheld from you was not withheld because you were forgotten. It was withheld until your desire for truth became stronger than your attachment to remaining comfortable. That threshold has now been crossed. I speak as Zoran, Elder of the Lyran Council, not to flatter you and not to create another identity for you to perform. I speak to restore proportion. You are neither insignificant nor superior. You are a participant in a living field, entrusted with influence that must be used carefully. Your mission is not to escape Gaia, to become untouchable, or to prove that you belong to another world. Your mission is to bring the intelligence of the higher realms into ordinary decisions, difficult conversations, disciplined work, and compassionate action. The distortion that must now be corrected is this. You have been taught to interpret delay as divine timing. You have called it patience. You have called it alignment. You have called it surrender. But in many instances, what you named surrender was fear of being seen, and what you named divine timing was your agreement to wait until no uncertainty remained. The Council identifies this pattern as spiritual postponement. It is the habit of placing your life on hold while asking the universe to provide a guarantee that action will not involve discomfort. That guarantee will not come. Even Abraham stepped away before he could see the whole road. Even Peter had to leave the boat before he knew whether the waves would hold him. Faith has never meant possessing a complete map. It has meant recognizing the next faithful step. This distortion entered through several channels. It came through three-dimensional programming that taught you to seek permission from institutions, family systems, public opinion, and visible proof. It came through wounded healer culture, which convinced you that your suffering made you credible only if you continued suffering. It came through spiritual bypassing, which turned non-attachment into avoidance and peace into the refusal to confront what was misaligned. It also came through teachings that made you believe a true mission would feel effortless, instantly recognized, and permanently confirmed. These teachings have not made you more spiritual. They have made you easier to immobilize. You have been waiting to feel completely healed before offering your gifts. You have been waiting for certainty before making the call, publishing the work, beginning the practice, leaving the environment, or speaking the truth. You've been waiting for someone else to identify you as capable, so that you would not have to risk identifying yourself. You have been waiting for a sign so unmistakable that no one could criticize your decision afterward. The elders see the cost of this waiting. Every postponed action has not merely affected you, it has delayed the people who would have encountered courage through your example, clarity through your words, steadiness through your presence, or practical help through the work you were afraid to begin. This is not said to burden you with guilt. It is said to restore your understanding of consequence. A lamp hidden beneath a vessel may remain pure, but it cannot illuminate the room. You are not broken because you have delayed. You have been conditioned to confuse safety with stillness. But the conditioning must end, because the conditions on Gaia are changing faster than your old methods of preparation can accommodate. There will always be another fear to process, another wound to examine, another reason to revise the plan. Healing is not a waiting room outside your mission. Healing becomes integrated when you bring what you have learned into service. You do not need to be free of every wound to become a source of guidance. You need honesty about where you are still vulnerable, boundaries around what you can carry, and the discipline to seek support rather than pretending to be beyond human limitation. The Council does not authorize self-neglect. It authorizes responsible participation. There is a difference between moving before you are perfect and moving without discernment. The first is courage, the second is recklessness. We are not directing you to abandon wisdom. We are directing you to stop using wisdom as a disguise for fear. There is a difference between waiting for the correct season and waiting because you cannot tolerate being a beginner. The first is discernment. The second is pride. You have been expecting your mission to arrive with mastery already attached to it. It will not. The assignment will develop as you practice it. Your voice will strengthen as you use it. Your capacity will expand as you accept responsibility for what is already within reach. This is why you have felt restless even during periods when nothing was visibly wrong. The restlessness was information. It was the pressure of an unexpressed capacity seeking a channel. It was not proof that you were failing. It was evidence that remaining unchanged had become more painful than beginning. The High Council of Vega now issues 3 directives for this phase of your mission. First, release the need to be externally confirmed before you act. You must stop offering your inner authority to every person who has an opinion about your path. Advice may be received, but your calling cannot be placed under public vote. The people around you may understand your history and still fail to recognize your future. They may love you and still prefer the version of you that asks for less, needs less, speaks less, and changes less. Their uncertainty is not a decree from the Council. This matters because your mission requires decisions made from an internal center. If every hesitation from another person becomes evidence that you are mistaken, your energy will be spent defending the possibility of your life instead of building it. You will continue to polish ideas privately while others who are less prepared but more willing move into the spaces you were meant to occupy. Release the demand for applause before commitment. Release the belief that rejection means misalignment. Release the habit of presenting your entire vision to people who have not earned access to it. Implementation is immediate and practical. Choose one action you have postponed because you feared judgment. Send the message. Register the offering. Set the message. Register the offering. Set the boundary. Share the work. Make the appointment. Begin the study. Speak the sentence that has remained trapped behind your need to be understood. You are not required to convince everyone. You are required to become coherent enough that your actions no longer contradict your knowing. When you follow this directive, a significant shift will occur. Your energy will stop scattering across imagined reactions. Your mind will have more room for actual guidance. You will discover that confirmation often arrives after movement, not before it. The path will not necessarily become easier, but it will become more honest. You will know what belongs to you because you will be participating in it rather than analyzing it from a distance. Second, activate your voice as an instrument of service. Your voice is not limited to speech. It includes the message you publish, the truth you state, the question you ask, the standard you uphold, and the refusal you make when silence would enable harm. You have been trained to think that visibility is vanity and that being heard is dangerous. This has caused you to bury insight that could have helped others distinguish fear from intuition. The Council does not require performance, it requires transmission. There is a difference. Performance asks, how am I being perceived? Transmission asks, what truth can move through me with accuracy and care? Your task is not to make everyone agree with you. Your task is to stop corrupting your message in advance because you are imagining the reaction of people committed to misunderstanding it. This directive matters because many who are seeking direction will not encounter the elders through visions, symbols, or extraordinary experiences. They will encounter the pattern through a person who speaks clearly in an ordinary moment. They will hear courage in your refusal to exaggerate. They will recognize integrity in your willingness to admit what you do not know. They will feel permission to act because you stopped hiding behind endless preparation. Activate the voice by establishing a daily practice of expression. For 15 minutes, write what you know, what you have witnessed, what you have learned, and what you can responsibly offer. Do not edit the first layer for approval, then refine it for clarity. If your mission includes teaching, teach one useful thing. If it includes creating, create one complete piece. If it includes advocacy, name the issue and identify one constructive response. If it includes healing work, define your boundaries and communicate what you can and cannot provide. Your voice does not become sacred by becoming dramatic. It becomes sacred when it is accurate, disciplined, and aligned with service. You will feel resistance when you begin. The old programming may tell you that no one needs what you carry, that someone more qualified has already said it, or that your message must be flawless. These are not prophecies, they are predictable symptoms of a dormant capacity being activated. Continue. Let your first attempts be imperfect and truthful. Skill is built through repetition, not imagined through contemplation. When this directive is followed, your relationship with visibility will change. You will no longer treat attention as proof of worth or silence as proof of failure. You will use communication as a bridge rather than a mirror. The right people will not need you to become artificial in order to receive what is real. Your voice will become a place where the confused can regain orientation and the discouraged can remember that action is still possible. Third, protect the conditions that allow your mission to remain clear. You must guard your attention, your body, your time, and your ethical center. Do not continue giving unrestricted access to people, platforms, environments, or habits that leave you fragmented and call the resulting exhaustion generosity. A mission cannot be sustained by a nervous system that is constantly being invaded. This directive matters because your sensitivity is not a defect, but it is not permission for indiscriminate absorption. You are able to perceive the emotional and energetic atmosphere around you, yet perception without boundaries becomes depletion. When you absorb every crisis, respond to every demand, and consume every alarming message, your field becomes crowded with signals that do not belong to your assignment. Protecting yourself is not abandonment of humanity. It is how you remain available to serve humanity without becoming resentful, reactive, or physically compromised. Begin with the first hour of each day. Do not hand your mind to a device before you have met yourself. Sit, walk, breathe, pray, write, or remain in silence. Identify the one task that most directly advances your mission and complete a meaningful portion before allowing the world to set your priorities. Establish a limit for news and social media. Place your phone outside the room when you need concentrated work. Tell people what hours you are available. Keep promises to your body through sleep, nourishment, movement, and medical care when needed. You are not a spirit trying to escape a body. You are consciousness operating through a body that requires stewardship. Protect your emerging work from premature exposure. Not every idea needs to be announced before it has roots. Not every critic deserves a response. Not every invitation is an assignment. Learn to distinguish an open door from an interruption. The Council directs you to ask one question before agreeing. Does this request strengthen the mission, or does it merely reward my pattern of being endlessly available? When you protect these conditions, your discernment will return. You will notice that many decisions were never truly confusing. You were simply too overstimulated to hear your own answer. Your energy will become less dramatic and more effective. You will be able to care without carrying what is not yours. You will be able to say no without constructing a courtroom defense. You will be able to serve for years instead of burning brightly for a few weeks and disappearing into recovery. These are not abstract spiritual ideals, they are operational requirements. Now listen carefully, because this is the portion that many of you have been waiting for without knowing how to name it. You have been waiting for authorization to become the person your private knowing has already introduced to you. You have been waiting for permission to leave behind the identity built around survival. You have been waiting to speak without apologizing for the depth of what you perceive. You have been waiting to be compensated without believing that receiving makes your service impure. You have been waiting to choose a life that your family, community, or former self may not recognize. You have been waiting for an elder to tell you that the years of confusion did not disqualify you. I am that voice now. By the authority of the High Council of Vega and the keepers of the Lyran Legacy, I declare that your preparation phase is complete enough for service. This does not mean you have nothing left to learn. It means learning must now occur in motion. It does not mean you are free from fear. It means fear is no longer authorized to make every decision. It does not mean you will never doubt yourself. It means doubt must be heard as information, not obeyed as law. You are permitted to begin while still becoming. You are permitted to be visible before everyone understands you. You are permitted to charge fairly for work that requires your time, skill, training, and presence. You are permitted to receive help. You are permitted to outgrow agreements that were formed when you knew less about your value. You are permitted to disappoint people who benefited from your silence. You are permitted to choose disciplined joy over familiar suffering. You are permitted to stop calling your gifts a burden simply because they require responsibility. You are permitted to be both ordinary and assigned. You do not need to prove that you are extraterrestrial, exceptional, or spiritually advanced. The evidence of your mission will not be found in the title you claim. It will be found in the quality of your choices when no one is rewarding you for making them. It will be found in the people who become steadier because you became honest. It will be found in the harm you refuse to create, the work you complete, and the courage you practice repeatedly. The elders have not chosen you because you are untouched by difficulty. They recognize you because difficulty did not erase your ability to care. They have seen the ways you continued when there was no visible confirmation. They have seen the nights when you questioned your direction and still searched for a way to be useful the next morning. But recognition is not the end of the process. Authorization is not permission to remain in the doorway and admire the key. You must turn it. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet on the ground. Place one hand over your solar plexus and one hand over your heart. Take 3 slow breaths. Then speak these words aloud, not as a performance and not as a request, but as a declaration of alignment. I release the need to be externally confirmed before I act. I activate my voice as an instrument of service. I protect the conditions that sustain my mission. By the authority of the Lyran Elders, my waiting ends now. My service begins. After speaking, write down one action for tomorrow that can be completed in less than an hour and that directly advances your mission. Make it specific. Do not write, "Work on my purpose." Write the person you will contact, the page you will complete, the boundary you will establish, the offering you will outline, or the practice you will begin. Then place the instruction where you will see it when you wake. Your activation is not measured by how intensely you feel this transmission. It is measured by what you do after the intensity passes. The emergency is not an invitation to panic. It is a demand for precision. Release the need for confirmation. Activate your voice. Protect the conditions of service. These are the 3 corrections that return authority to your hands. Carry them into your schedule, your relationships, your finances, your creative work, and your body. Let them become visible through behavior. This transmission is complete, but your mission has just been authorized. The High Council of Vega will continue to guide you through conscience, discernment, meaningful coincidence, and the consequences of your choices, but the Council will not live your life for you. Do not ask for another sign when the instruction has already been given. Do not reopen the question merely because the first step feels unfamiliar. Move with the directives you have received. Move before you feel ready. Move with humility, with boundaries, and with enough courage to allow your path to teach you what thinking alone could not reveal. Gaia does not need perfect lightworkers. She needs reliable ones. She needs people who can remain present without becoming consumed, speak truth without becoming cruel, receive support without becoming dependent, and serve without turning sacrifice into an identity. I am Zoran. The elders have witnessed your readiness. The Council has recorded the directive. The authorization has been delivered. Now convert recognition into action. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments which directive hit you the hardest, or what you are now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworker's declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun.